Now today, we're going to talk to you about copyright laws, especially the section that deals with fair usage of other owned material, whether it be books, TV, plays, lectures, and especially in this case, movies. Don't worry, we will have a movie review after we get through this. I'll explain later why we're talking about this. Now to summarize the part I want to talk about in the Copyright Act of 1976, there is an allowance made for fair use of media materials for things such as criticism and commentaries, for parodies, for research, for teaching, news reporting, and so on. So if you look on the link down at the bottom, you'll be able to see everything in detail concerning what I just quickly glanced over about fair usage in the Copyright Act of 1976. Now, how does this tie in with the movie The Room? Let me tell you the story about a fellow Chicagoan movie critic. The nostalgia critic, played by Doug Walker, is a comedy parody persona that reviews nostalgic movies and TV shows, similar to James Rolfe, who is best known for his parody persona, the angry video game nerd. Now, the nostalgic critic usually reviews bad movies and harshly criticizes them. Now, after many requests finally made by his fans, by his friends probably even, he finally made a video review of Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Now, before I saw the review, I had heard about this movie a few years ago in the newspaper. Just had a small article, didn't talk too much about it, and it didn't look appealing to me, so didn't watch it. When I heard the nostalgia critic was doing a review of this movie, I really wondered, I'm like, this movie's not even really nostalgic. It was made in 2003. It's not his usual MO of pre-2000 movies. So I was just curious to see, what can he say about this? Why is this movie so important that he needed to review it? I saw his review, and it was very entertaining, as usual, from the nostalgia critic. And even at the end, he even requests that people go out and see the movie to believe it themselves. To believe what he said and what you may have seen in some of the clips in the review are as he says. Now, within a week of that review going public, representatives of the producer / director / star / writer, blah, 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 Tommy Wiseau, contacted the nostalgia critic and said that his review be pulled off the internet or else he would be sued. Now, this goes back to the fair usage area of the copyright laws. The nostalgia critic does not profit off his reviews because he doesn't make DVD reviews that he sells like the angry video game nerd does when he reviews video games. So non-profit. Number two, his reviews are criticisms and commentaries about the movie. He shows clips, but it's criticisms and commentaries about the movie. So you don't, so that, again, it's mentioned in the law. Number three, his characters are parody anyway. Nostalgia critic is a parody character. There's nobody really named Nostalgia Critic. His real name is Doug Walker. But he's just a character persona. So it's for comedy purposes too. And yet, he's reviewed so many movies by many big companies. And yet, this Tommy Wiseau thinks that he's the only one that can control, and that he should be the one to control criticisms, especially video criticisms about his movie. Those clips that were used fall under the fair usage. Well, anyway, before I go on about this, let's get to the review. Now, I'm going to quickly read to you a summary from IMDb that I found about The Room first. Okay. It's an American black comedy about love and passion, betrayal and lies. It depicts the depths of friendship and relationships in one's life and raises life's real and most asked question: can you really ever trust anyone? Are you ready to see your own life's reflection? A successful banker, Johnny, played by the writer, director, producer, blah, 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 Tommy Wiseau, is madly in love with his fiancée, Lisa, and plans to be married next month. His plans take a horrid turn when he finds out the truth about Lisa and the people surrounding him. Okay, so there's the movie. There's the summary. You may think, how can you mess that one up? It's not too complicated, and you actually have so much room to be creative. This movie was not creative, and it was bad. Number one problem with it, it's acting. Okay, it's acting. Now, some of the actors might have been new to acting, which can make sense for some of the bad acting. Others might have been given parts that were so bad, written so poorly, that they couldn't do anything with it. But by far the worst acting in the whole movie was the main character, Johnny, played by Tommy Wiseau. Now, I'm just gonna, I told you I wouldn't show you any clips, but I will reenact one scene from that movie, from the movie, and I'm depicting how that character was played in the movie, and I can guarantee you my acting, as bad as it's gonna be here, is 10 times, million times better than how it was depicted in the movie. Unless you think it's that bad. Anyway, so he just found out his wife lied to her mom about being abused, physically beaten. So he's angry, he's furious. Going upstairs to the roof with his friend, to meet up with his friend, and this was his reaction. I did not hit her. That's BS. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That was... It's even worse than that. The acting was worse than that. Number two problem with it. The editing was bad. Some of those scenes didn't transition well, and some of those scenes in themselves were just edited so badly you didn't know what was going on. I'm not going to say much. I will just say this. Look up on the internet. Look up The Room and the flower shop scene. And if you can see that clip, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Listen to that dialogue. Number three problem in that movie was too many pointless scenes. There were characters that were brought in with major interaction and supposedly key important lines in a scene and never heard from again or never even referenced. There's one scene where Lisa comes home with her mom and finds two of her friends making out, about to have sex, in their living room. And then they just leave, and there's no explanation what's going on. So there's that. And then there's also too many scenes of the mother and daughter talking about how, oh, Lisa doesn't love her fiance anymore, and the mom saying, you can't financially keep yourself stable, your life stable, so you need to marry the successful banker. Too many times throughout the movie. One time, okay, we get the picture because it's blatantly obvious. Number two times, okay, not to be repetitive, but okay, fine. More than that, seriously, do you think the audience is stupid? Now, there's a time limit I can put on this review and video because we talked a lot about fair use, copyright laws. So I'm going to have to cut it short here. There's so much more I can say about this movie. If you can somehow find the Nostalgia Critic's video somewhere, or if he's luckily, was able to put it back up again, look it up to see some of the scenes. It's a horrible, horrible movie. And I'm not saying I hate horror movies. There'll be movies that are horrible that I will review and I will love, or even like. And then I'm also going to review good movies. But, like, for example, I'm an M. Night Shyamalan fan, and I'll admit, a lot of his later movies have not been good. And I'll tell you this, though. They are way better than Tommy Wiseau's movie. You will think M. Night Shyamalan's the greatest. If you hate M. Night Shyamalan, you will think he's the greatest director you've ever seen compared to Tommy Wiseau. And I've seen even Tommy Wiseau's trailers for his other movies, and they just keep going downhill. Well, I've rambled too much on and ranted too much on about this. So, hope you learned something interesting and new and helpful a little bit in this review. And all I can say left is class dismissed.